All right, hey YouTubers out there. Here in San Jose, California, at the Winchester house. Sarah Winchester, the wife of the guy who did the rifles, Winchester guy, up in New Haven, Connecticut. He died of pneumonia. No, he died of TB, right? Yeah, I think it was TB. And then they had a daughter that died at 6 weeks. The number 6, the number for man. She left because she was told they did a lot of seances over there out of New Haven, Connecticut, and then they were told, move away to the West Coast, like you're going to run away from a demon. If you summon him up in your seances, he's going to come back, right? Well, the room up to the left over here, she had that was the original room. This is the only shofar that's ever been blown in that room. I blew it up there, and the Horn of Salvation, you all know what this is. So this first door right here, the front entrance here, was never open to, it was only open to 3 people. It was FDR, the president, the 2 people that built the door. No, the FDR didn't go in, he had to go to the back. The 2 people that built the door, and Sarah herself. Those are the 3 people. I also went in there too. They're closing this down sometime in May of this year. I'm looking on the biblical calendar to coincide we all know what's happening this month and next month, but it's interesting how they're closing this door in May. What's happening, 3/23 is supposed to be in, what was it, July, if you do, on your iPhone, if you do July 27, 2014, if you say, you say Siri, July 27, 2014, and you count the number of days, it says there's a, it says the dates, but then it says Hades, the portal of Hades or something, the doors of hell or whatever. When you say that's on, what's his name? InfoWars, Alex Jones. He was on, it wasn't him, but it was somebody else on his show talking about it. But if you count what happened on the day, if you count the 1335 that's mentioned in the book of Daniel, waiting for the 1290, then wait to the blessed are those who wait to the 1335. 1335 from then equals 323, March 23rd of this year. There's so many connections with God. He's just so smart. And it gives us these connections. We saw the Revelation 12 sign September 23rd. And if you count the 153 days from September 23rd, 153 is the 1 Thessalonians 5:3. It was on February 23rd when you count the 153 days. And it says that in 1 Thessalonians 5:3, when they pray for peace and safety, then sudden instruction will come upon them like a woman with giving birth to a child. Which was, if you look at John 21, 1 through 14, I think it's verse 11 that talks about that 153 fish that Peter didn't catch it because he didn't ran through the water, he swam through the water, jumped out of the boat to see Jesus. This was his 3rd time that after Jesus died that he saw, and it wasn't a spirit or whatever, it was Jesus. He coming back alive. He defeated the death and stole the keys from hell. But 153 days, 153 fish that they caught. So that is like the net's full, the church is about to go. So we're looking for that word, rapture, and we're looking for that harpazo. We're waiting for the Messiah to come. And we're 120 jubilees since Adam, 120 years since Israel began, and your splitting takes out and that was in 1897, and 120 years since 120 red blood cells live for 120 days. So all these numbers are very important to God, So this jubilee ends March 17th, which is Nisan 1. If it's a 13th month, we go into the 13th month, which will be a month later. We'll see. This woman here, Sarah, she was all about 13. Everything's about 13 in this place. I know 13 tribes in Israel. I know that much. I know what's happening there. 13 tribes. 13 colonies with America. It looks just like Israel when it was formed. When the 13 colonies were formed, there's a lot of connections there. That's probably why there was 13 colonies, right? She's from the Northeast, so something to do with 13 with her. But I think it's more of since she was involved with the supernatural. I think there's 12 apostles. I think Satan is trying to up one on God, make it 13. I think because he tried to rise above God. What was it, Isaiah 14:14 and Luke 10:18? Talking about I will rise above God, whatever. He was shot down like lightning. Praise God. Blow the shofar. So we're trying to figure out all the connections that God has given us. In Proverbs 25:2, it's the glory of God to conceal matter, but it's the honor of kings to search out a thing or have it revealed to them. We're getting closer. Don't you give up, church. Run this race. We got to run this race. Shalom.